Yes, people, what is happening? Welcome back to Lily White Lane. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing okay. And today, I'm going to be bringing you your unbiased Premier League show where we take a look at the weekend's games. But before we get into the video, make sure if you're new here to smash that subscribe button, hit that like button as hard as you possibly can, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss an upload on the content. So I think you can expect to see all kinds of Tottenham Hotspur content, whether it be match previews, match reviews, player ratings, predicted lineups, Tottenham updates, transfer updates, debriefs and day after shows after every single Tottenham Hotspur game and fixture, the whole shebang. So make sure to smash that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's get right into the video. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to Lily White Lane. As saying, today I'm going to be bringing you your unbiased Premier League show. Yet another unbiased Premier League show. One of my favourite things to actually do on this channel, as I say, where we go through all the weekend's games, say all the Premier League game week fixtures, and take a look at some of the talking points from the games, as I say. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So we'll start things off with Friday evening's fixture. It was Fulham versus Wolves. Fulham versus Wolves live from Craven Cottage. A very, very entertaining game, if I'm being honest. And Wolves pick up a big 1-0 win, right? Big, big win. Massive, massive win for Wolves, I'd say. We as Tottenham Hotspur fans know it's not easy to go to Craven Cottage. Obviously, when we beat them 1-0 earlier in the season, it wasn't an easy victory by any means necessary. They're a very, very tough team to beat. As I say, they sit back defensively well. And look, Wolves just dominated them. Wolves absolutely dominated them in midfield. They were fantastic. But there was one man who really stood out for me, and he got granted man of the match and got a goal. His first goal since 2019. It shouldn't be like that because the guy's put in a shift every single game I've watched him this season. And that's Adama Traore. What a player, right? It's so gutting that he hasn't scored since 2019 because the guy's an absolute beast. He does like 3 or 4 players. I was watching the Wolves versus West Ham game, which was last weekend. I'd say a really, really entertaining game on Monday Night Football. And you should see Traore. He does about 3 players and whips in a, pitch perfect cross. Fantastic, right on the head. And, a goal for Wolves. The guy's put in so many shifts and so many fantastic performances this season. It shouldn't have taken him this long to get his first goal of this season. Yet he did, and it was a very, very good goal. As I say, very good goal, very, very good win for Wolves. As I say, is in my eyes, they have escaped relegation. And look, yes, I understand they haven't done as well this season as they have in past seasons under Nuno, but you have to look at them as a team. As when Nuno took over, they were in the Championship struggling, and they were a former Premier League giant. As I say, winning the Prem loads and loads of times back in the 70s and 80s. And Nuno took them back to the Prem, and they just dominated. They absolutely dominated. They were absolutely phenomenal, in my opinion. As I say, really, really quick passing, quick football. As I say, they sat back very well, defensively strong. They look like a really, really good team ever since Nuno's brought them back up to the Premier League. So as I say, this one's a massive, massive win for them. A massive win for them. A good goal for Traore. But as I say, although they haven't been the best this season, they're staying in the Premier League, in my opinion. They're staying in the Premier League, and we can expect to see more entertaining football from Wolves next season. So, that wraps up the first game, which was on Friday night. As I say, Wolves versus Fulham at Craven Cottage. Entertaining game, 1-0 Wolves. And that takes us on to Saturday's lunchtime kickoff. Saturday's 12:30 kickoff. What a shocker this was. Manchester City 1. I can't believe I'm saying this, right? Manchester City 1, Leeds United 2. Leeds United, who won the Sky Bet Championship last season and have been promoted. Leeds United with Bielsa really, really attacking and either absolutely thrashed teams or get thrashed themselves, have gone out there. They've dominated the Premier League champions. Not only did they dominate them, but they dominated them at the Etihad Stadium at home with 2 fantastic goals. And with 10 men, with Liam Cooper getting sent off, they still beat Manchester City. What a victory. Absolutely phenomenal victory from Leeds United. And in my opinion, there was one player who also stood out in this one, and that was Stuart Dallas. I thought Stuart Dallas obviously did get the praise for himself. I thought he was fantastic, I say. I thought he was really, really good, making the right runs, constantly positionally aware. He was phenomenal in this game. And big win for Leeds United. Big win as they look to move themselves up the Premier League and stay in the Prem until next season. As I say, they've confirmed, all but confirmed, that they're staying up. And a side that when they came up, some said they may get relegated, they may stay in. They've just really, really done well. They've kind of dominated mid-table, as I say. They've gone out there and thrashed teams. They've been thrashed themselves. But massive, massive victory at the Etihad Stadium. I don't think City was sloppy at all as well. That's what makes it more sweet, as I say, for Leeds United and their fan base. City weren't bad. City were really, really good. Doing what City do, you know, tiki-taka football, passing it around nicely. And they did put the ball into the back of the net. But two phenomenal goals from Stuart Dallas. I'd say the second one, really good breaking, counter-attacking. The first one, a bullet. City obviously got their goal in the second half, as I say, and I thought, yeah, they'll go on to win this. But no, Leeds United with a massive 3 points. And look, it's obvious to me that City are going to go on to win the Premier League. There's no two ways about it. And if anything, this is going to motivate them to go on and dominate the Prem even more for the rest of the season. But you have to look at this result and see it's two teams who've all but confirmed what they want to do. Leeds United main goal was to stay up, as I say, maybe get European football, but they didn't. But they've stayed up, so it's been a phenomenal season for them. City, phenomenal season for them. They still have the chance of doing the quadruple, as I say. They're in the FA Cup semi-final, the Carabao Cup final. You know, they're in the Champions League quarterfinals. They actually play tonight against Dortmund, as I say. And they're going to go on to win the Premier League. And yes, Manchester United do a madness. So, as I say, big win for Leeds United. Performance from Stuart Dallas. I thought they had some very good players. I thought Rafinha was very good on the day, as I say. And yeah, big win for Leeds United. And that takes us on to Saturday's next fixture, which was Liverpool versus Aston Villa at Anfield. Liverpool needed this win. Liverpool really needed this win, whether it be for top four or to motivate them to basically play Real Madrid at Anfield midweek, as I say, tonight, as I say, in the Champions League. So they needed this win. They really did need this win. And they even rested a few players, as I say. And they went out there at Anfield in what was a really tough game. And they did really well. So, let's go through some of the talking points of this match, I'd say. So, early on, Liverpool scored. The goal gets disallowed, as I say. I believe it was disallowed for offside. I don't think it was offside, as I say. Then you get Aston Villa, who put it into the back of the net. It's Ollie Watkins. What flying form has he been on this season? The guy's been incredible, as I say. And puts the ball straight into the back of the net. Really good goal from Ollie Watkins, as I say. Fair play to him. Another goal for his tally this season. He's coming to the Prem from Brentford, as I say. He's come to Aston Villa and he's done his job. He's done it really well. So, fair play to Ollie Watkins, and that puts Villa 1-0 up at half-time. And what a response. What an absolutely fantastic response from Liverpool in that second half, I'd say. Because they come out in that second half and I think, you know, they've been really good lately. They've beaten Wolves 2-0. You know, they've been getting results. Apart from the Champions League game, I say, they've been picking up some good results. 3-0 against Arsenal, as I say. You know, 2-0 against Leipzig. They've been doing really well. They've been doing really well. And they come to Anfield, as I say, to play Aston Villa. And in the second half, I think, yeah, Liverpool may collapse. They just can't afford to collapse. And they don't collapse with two good goals, as I say. The first one right into the back of the net, and then the second one, a brilliant goal. Phenomenal goal from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Someone who has been very underrated over the past few weeks, I'd say. And look, a lot of people saying, should Southgate take him to the Euros? Should he not take him to the Euros? Trent Alexander-Arnold, he just wanted to prove everyone wrong. And I say, it's the thing with a lot of footballers and managers. You know, you either, when your back's up against the wall, you either fall or you basically push it back. You push the person who's putting you up against that wall backwards. And that's exactly what Trent did. His back was up against the wall. He was getting a lot of criticism. And look, he silenced the haters. He silenced all those people who said, don't take Trent to the Euros. But the absolutely phenomenal goal, I'd say. He did really good in his right back position. And yeah, very good goal, which does give Liverpool a massive 3 points in this game. And I say, you know, big win for them as they go on to try and get top four. And that takes us on to Saturday's next game. Crystal Palace 1, Chelsea 4. Not much else to say on this. I think it was a dominant performance from Chelsea. I think Christian Pulisic was the star of the show. Obviously 2 goals and an assist. I thought he was phenomenal. They had some very good players on the pitch, as I say. Big win for Chelsea. Big win for Chelsea. And they have the chance to pull something off this season. As I say, you know, Tuchel came into a side that were really, really struggling to get European football, and he's taken them, and now they're in competition for Champions League football. They're in the Champions League semi-final and the FA Cup semi-final against Manchester City. So, very similar situation to City. They can do stuff this season. They can win 1 or 2 trophies. So I do think, as say, they couldn't let their eye off the ball, as saying this one. They needed to keep focus in the Premier League, although they've got the Champions League game on Tuesday against Porto, which they did lose, but did go through on, as say. And they didn't. They just dominated Palace. 2 good goals, as say, from Pulisic. The rest, brilliant goals. I think Chelsea have been a very, very good side. And I think Frank Lampard, the issue was with Frank for me, right? I don't believe he should have been sacked. I believe he brought through a bunch of young players when they were on a transfer ban and got them Champions League football. Brilliant job. He also took them to an FA Cup final in that same season when they had a transfer ban. But then he gets one season right under his managerial career. He spends loads and loads of money, and with the time he got, the players wouldn't gel. And then Thomas Tuchel comes in. It's given a massive manager boost, as I say, to the players, and they've all started kind of gelling together. They've all started performing, rotating in the squad, as I say. And look, Tuchel's done a very, very good job, in my opinion. He's done a very, very good job. And that takes us on to Sunday's game. No Saturday 8 o'clock kickoff, which was very, very strange. But I say, El Clasico was on, so I don't believe the Premier League wanted to compete with that. And then after this, I say, Sunday morning. I'm easy like Sunday morning. I definitely was, because I was asleep during this match. Not this match. I was asleep during this match. There we go. And I was asleep during this match. I'll be 100% honest. I really couldn't care less. It was Burnley versus Newcastle United. I did catch the highlights on Match of the Day 2. And I'd say Newcastle United 2, Burnley 1. Decent goal from Burnley. 2 good goals from Newcastle. Big 3 points. Huge 3 points as they tried to escape from the relegation zone, as say. And look, it's a tough one for Fulham, as say. They lose 1-0 to Wolves, and Newcastle pick up a big 3 points. So not the best result for Fulham. Big win for Newcastle United, as it is looking likely they could stay up this season. They could actually stay up, but if they do, here's my conspiracy theory, and I saw it on the kickoff the other day, that Mike Ashley wants to actually, partially wants Newcastle to get relegated so he can sell off the club. And you know what, right? If I'm a Newcastle fan, as bad as it sounds, I would take relegation, because this club needs a rebuild. And if you stay in the Prem, it's not going to get a rebuild. You get relegated, you're going to get a rebuild. You're probably going to get new owners, probably a new manager, as say. And look, as say, if they were going to get relegated, it wouldn't be as bad as other teams getting relegated. It wouldn't be as bad as Fulham getting relegated. But as I say, big win for Newcastle United. Burnley, they've been a very, very entertaining team the last few times I've actually watched them, scoring quite a few goals. So fair play to them, but big win for Newcastle United. I think Burnley will stay up. Maybe Newcastle will stay up. And look, last day of the season, Fulham versus Newcastle, that's going to be a cracking game, isn't it? Spurs, Leicester, Newcastle, Fulham, you're spoilt for choice when it comes to the last day of the season. But as I say, big win for Newcastle United. And that takes us on to Sunday's next game. Game of the weekend, in my opinion. It was absolutely fantastic. It was West Ham United 3, Leicester 2. Massive win. Absolutely massive win. And you know what, right? As a Spurs fan, I absolutely can't stand giving West Ham credit. But the way David Moyes has transformed this mediocre team fighting to stay up and turned them into a almost guaranteed European side this season, whether they get Champions League football or Europa League football, it's incredible. The way he's building this squad up is fantastic. The transfer business he's done is brilliant. Getting players they don't need out of the club. Bringing in new players such as Jesse Lingard. And you know what I thought when they brought in Jesse Lingard? I thought, what is the point in that transfer? He's not going to perform. He's turned around their whole squad. Jesse Lingard could get player of the season, and he's only played half of the bloody season. He's been incredible. Absolutely phenomenal. And Lingard once again proves to everyone why he is West Ham's best player right now. He did in that Wolves game, I was saying, he did in this game against Leicester. Big win. Big win for West Ham United, as I say. 3 goals to 2 against Leicester. Massive win for David Moyes. But the man who stands out, I say, no two ways about it. Jesse Lingard. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. 2 goals from Lingard. The way he just sprints through the team. We saw it against Wolves. He just runs through the team. He's got so much pace. I am full of so much praise for Jesse Lingard. You know what, Tottenham, if the deal is somehow possible at some point, take him in. Take him in. I don't care. I couldn't care less. Take in Jesse Lingard because we need him. The guy's an absolute star right now. And, you know, it's phenomenal how he's turned around his career from a player that everyone was like, you know, when he first joined Man United under Jose, you know, this guy's got something special. He has that something special. He's a future star, this guy. He's a fantastic prospect. And then just downgrading under Solskjaer, not doing anything at all, rarely getting in the squad. And now he's gone on loan to West Ham and people are like, you know, he'll do all right. He's dominated the Premier League. He's absolutely dominated the Premier League. He's non-stop scoring. The guy's nearly top scorer in the Premier League and he's only been at West Ham for a couple months. You know, incredible from Jesse Lingard. Phenomenal from him. Full of praise for Lingard, as say J Lings. You know, fair play. 2 good goals. Fair play to West Ham. And you know, there is one issue. There is one issue with West Ham. They score a load of goals at the beginning of the game and they tend to concede late. It seems to be what happens. And don't go defensive. This is my one criticism of them. When you're 3-0 up, don't go defensive, you know. And they're so lucky it hasn't come to cost them twice. You know, 3-0 up against Arsenal, draw it 3-3. You know, 3-0 up against Wolves. They drew that one. No, they didn't drew that one. They won that one 3-2. You know, because they sat back in the second half. You know, this one they sat back in the second half and they conceded 2. Don't sit back in the second half. Keep on doing it. And you can beat these teams about 5 or 6-0. But as I say, very impressive from West Ham United. And yeah, big win for them. And then that takes us on to Sunday's 4:30. I won't discuss much about this match. Tottenham Hotspur 1, Manchester United 1. Not Manchester United 1. I wish Manchester United won. But Tottenham Hotspur 1, Manchester United 3. I've discussed a lot about this. Bobby's discussed about it on his debrief. I've done videos on it, as I say, whether it be the day after show, the instant match reaction. Check those videos out if you haven't already after this video, as I say. And look, I'll talk about it from my Man United side of things. Coming back in the second half, good performance from them. I thought Fred was good in midfield. I thought their best player was Cavani. Cavani's been incredible, as I say. And yeah, big win for Manchester United. Not good for us, but I do think Manchester United, you know what, right? 12 points off top. Things could start getting interesting if they win their game in hand. No, they won't win the Premier League. They won't win it, but you know, you imagine if it does start getting interesting, if the points start getting closer, if City start not winning many games, you know, imagine how interesting that would be to the end of the season. It'd be payback for what City did to Manchester United when they snatched the title away with that Aguero moment. So, look, big win for Manchester United. Almost cemented themselves top 4 now without a doubt. Big win. Second place is on the horizon for them. Yeah, fair play to Manchester United, but not a good result for Jose Mourinho and his group of players at Tottenham Hotspur. But as I say, you know, Man United 3, Tottenham Hotspur 1, and that takes us on to Sunday's last game. Sheffield United 0, Arsenal 3. I did watch this one and say a very dominant performance, as much as I hate to admit it, from Arsenal. They kept possession well. Sheffield just looked lazy. Well, not lazy. I think Sheffield more so looked like this season's taken it out of him, and Arsenal capitalised. 3 good goals. But in my opinion, you know, that don't mean anything. That result don't mean anything if they don't go on to win on Thursday against Slavia Prague. So, big win for Arsenal, but it don't mean anything if they don't go on basically to get that big win in the Europa League. Because in my opinion, there's nothing they can do in the Prem. They'd be so lucky if they can get Europa League football in the Prems. But as I say, those are my thoughts and opinions on that game. 3 good goals. Lacazette with a clean finish at the beginning. It was a typical Arsenal performance from under Arsene Wenger side, as I say. And yeah, very good result for them, as much as I hate to admit. And that takes us on to Monday's first game. West Bromwich Albion 3, Southampton 0. West Brom, right, have been absolutely awful. Absolutely awful most of the season. They bring in Big Sam. Absolutely awful. And then they go on to beat Chelsea 5-2 and then go on to beat Southampton 3-0. What? Where did that come from? Where did that come from West Bromwich Albion? You know, it's like SummerSlam 2020 in WWE. You'll never see it coming. I did not see that coming. I really did not see that coming. Excuse me a second to go for the voice crack, as I say. But, look, massive win for West Brom. Big win against Chelsea. Big win against Southampton. They are creeping up. They are creeping up right behind Fulham. And you know what? Not only could Fulham get relegated, but they could drop to 18th. And it would be so interesting. Now, this is when it starts getting interesting. Will West Bromwich Albion actually stay up? Because weeks ago, if you would have said, will West Brom stay up? I was, no. Them and Sheffield are confirmed to go down. Fulham maybe staying up, but them and Sheffield are confirmed to go down. But no. West Brom, they've combated that. They've done really well. And big win. Massive win against Southampton. Someone who's really impressed me recently from their team is Callum Robinson. I think Robinson's been really good. Pereira as well. You know, very impressive, scoring some good goals, playing a lot more expansive and attacking football. And it does go to show the magic of the Premier League. And that takes us on to Monday night's last game. Brighton 0, Everton 0. Boring game. Brighton looked the more likely to score. Everton, they weren't good at all, in my opinion. Their midfield was getting sliced open like a Christmas turkey. And, look, not the most entertaining game. Not the most entertaining of all games. But, nevertheless, this has been your Unbiased Premier League show. Thank you all for watching. And, as always, come on, you Lily Whites.